Hey everyone, it's Brett Hornby here, and welcome back to my YouTube channel, and welcome back to Calgary Stampeders game day post. We're entering now October of the 2024 CFL regular season, and the Calgary Stampeders had a bye last week, but now they are entering October, and we are in danger of missing the playoffs, and I made a video on that explaining the situation they're in. But for week 18, the Calgary Stampeders are back on the road for Friday, October the 4th. They'll be in BC Place to take on the BC Lions. It'll be an 8 p.m. Mountain kickoff, and I'm going to say we're in must-win territory as Calgary coming into this one 4-9-1. With last in the West Division, 5th place. We essentially are going to need to run the table the rest of the way and get a little help if the Calgary Stampeders are going to continue with their playoff streak going forward. But it's going to be tough going into BC, as the last few years the BC Lions have had Calgary's number. I mean, we did win a big game last year in BC to clinch a playoff spot. However, the last couple seasons have ended in BC in the playoffs. And then, may I add that the Calgary Stampeders have yet to win on the road this season, and the only CFL team to not win a game on the road is Calgary's 0-6, and with the final 4 games in October, they're going to have 3 out of 4 on the road. So the BC Lions, they actually are third in the West Division at 7-8. However, this game not only is big for Calgary Stampeders to keep their slim playoff hopes alive, will go a long way. Obviously, if they win, because they would actually take the season series. As the BC Lions, they did win over Calgary in BC back in week 2. I believe the exact score was 27-16, I believe, something like that. I remember it was a 9-point deficit that they beat us by. But then I believe it was week 7 to be exact. We won against the BC Lions at home, 25-24. So this is the rubber match, barring a tie, which BC will take the season series. But whoever wins this game will take the season series, and that could also help, playoff odds for either side. But the Calgary Stampeders, fittingly, we're playing the Lions, and they say cats have 9 lives. Well, Calgary's down to their final life right now, and if we lose this game, well, we're definitely going to have to watch the Saskatchewan Roughriders and Edmonton Elks game the next day. Because if, by any chance, the Calgary Stampeders lose this game, not only they've lost the season series with the BC Lions and have to overtake them in the standings, but the Saskatchewan Roughriders, if they win, they would actually eliminate the Calgary Stampeders from playoff contention as well. So if we still want to control our own fate and still have mostly help our own cause, we just need to win tomorrow. But we got some injuries, as Brendan Dozier, Clark Barnes, and Josiah Coatney, all injuries from that Saskatchewan game and the bye week. And also add in, both teams are coming off losses from their last game. Last week, the BC Lions, they lost a close one to the Hamilton Tiger Cats, 32-29, and then a couple weeks ago, the Calgary Stampeders lost 37-29 to the Saskatchewan Roughriders. So I'm going to anticipate both teams are going to be a little grouchy going this game, but Calgary's got to be playing like their playoff lives, and next season depends on it. And I still think I'm fooling myself, as I explained in that video and broke down the numbers, that Dumb and Dumber line. I think it's White Christmas. Still have a chance. Well, it's very, very, very slim at this point. And from what I've seen from the team, just on the offense, defense, because Jake Maier, I mean, I'm not too sure if he's that quarterback for taking us to the promised land or be that top stud quarterback in the league. And, we're going to be facing off against Nathan Rourke. And BC, I'm going to still say, has underachieved, but they're still in fairly good position, despite the fact they're third. I did pick them as my preseason pick to win the Grey Cup, but essentially, Calgary's playoff lives are at stake in this game. They need to at least win this one to at least have the following game, which will be on Saturday, October the 12th. They'll be back at home for the final home game of the 2024 regular season. Well, they'll be take on the Edmonton Elks. So at least, if Calgary at least wins this game, they're still alive for another week. But we don't want to rely on Saskatchewan and Edmonton game to see if we can still have a chance to make the playoffs. This is essentially the last live for the Calgary Stampeders, and now would be a good time to finally find a way to win a game on the road. But on the other end, I think we might need miss the playoffs to force some changes on the roster and on the sidelines, because I just feel, as a Calgary Stampeders fan right now, we have talented players, obviously, but just things aren't lining up. And I think changes are going to be needed, but still take it one game at a time until it's mathematically out. I'm still keeping the faith. I'm always going to be a Calgary fan, no matter what. But we've had a nice long run up to this point of making the playoffs. But I think it's all must win at this point, and I think it's going to be a really tough one tomorrow on the road, because we haven't won on the road. BC has had our number in general the last few years. And then the fact that Calgary has not won the last 6 games with 5 losses and a tie. And all the games, I mean, there was a couple of close ones in there, but how the Calgary's lost these games, taking untimely penalties or having, big plays they allow, and the offense stalling at times. This is not a playoff team right now. Right now being the key words, but I gotta be realistic too, and I'm just gonna be right at the stretch as how I feel coming in. But if they win tomorrow, at least could provide some sliver of hope and maybe keep things interesting in the West Division. So I want to close out. If you want to follow along this Calgary sports fans journey, just make sure you hit like and subscribe. I have my other social media links down in the description below, and you can see that video that I made a few days ago about we're in danger of missing the playoffs in 2024. It'll be the first time since 2004 that the Calgary Stampeders, that was the last time they missed the playoffs. But I think it's going to happen this season. Just being realistic, but I'm still going to say go Stamps go. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.